is a pharmacology of glucocorticoids. So it is the hormone of adrenal gland and secreted from the second layer of adrenal cortex. So that is the zona fasciculata. So zona fasciculata, it is the middle layer of zona glomerulosa and zona reticulata. So that is the mid layer. Zona fasciculata, it can secrete the hormones. So that hormone is a glucocorticoids. So as the name indicates, so it is involved in the regulations of the glucose. Or so whenever our body having the lack of carbohydrates, so that or this hormone, it is involved in the regulations of the carbohydrates, or it can initiate the carbohydrate metabolism especially. So that's why it is named as the glucocorticoids. And corticoids, it is the steroidal in nature, so that's why it is a corticoid. So it is involved in regulations of glucose, so that's what is named as the glucocorticoid. So that's why if any abnormalities in this hormone, so definitely the person was suffering from the diabetes mellitus. So introduction. So glucocorticoid is a steroidal hormone. It widely used in the treatment of the inflammations as well as autoimmune diseases than cancer, because the glucocorticoid, so whatever the local hormones are also known as the autocoids, so those are involved in the to cause of the inflammation or to cause of the autoimmune diseases, so all are destroyed or inhibited by the glucocorticoids. So that's why it is the strongest drug commonly used for treatment of the any kind of the inflammations, then as well as autoimmune diseases like asthma or maybe rheumatoid arthritis. So these all are autoimmune diseases, so they are also treated with the help of the glucocorticoids. And same glucocorticoids, it can inhibit the cell signaling in the cancer cells. So that's why it is helpful for to prevent the further multiplications of the cancer cells by inhibiting the cell signaling. So that's why the glucocorticoids are also used in the treatment of the cancer. So dear students, the glucocorticoids, it can mainly induces the apoptosis of unstimulated basophils. No, sorry, basophils, not eosinophils. So eosinophils, so these are the type of WBC. So they are mainly to initiate the antigen antibody reaction. So due to antigen antibody reactions, the hypersensitive reactions or allergic reaction can be occurs. But glucocorticoids, it can cause the apoptosis of the eosinophils. They are unstimulated or involved in the to cause of the allergy in the lungs, especially the cause of the asthma. Then apoptosis means the natural death of the cell. It can initiate the eosinophil death. So those are involved in the cause of the asthma. So that's why the glucocorticoids is the first line drug or choice of the drug for treatment of the or commonly used in the treatment of the asthma. And these glucocorticoids, it mainly secreted from the adrenal gland, that is zona fasciculata, in response to stress. So when we are suffering from the stress, then automatically under the influence of the cerebral cortex, the zona fasciculata, in the presence of ACTH, it can releases the glucocorticoids. So that glucocorticoids, it's involved in the management of the stress, acts as a insulators. Then glucocorticoids, they are also acts as a receptors, and those receptors are known as the glucocorticoid receptors. So their nature is nuclear receptors. It means, so whatever the mechanism of nuclear receptors are there, so that is the mechanism of the glucocorticoids. So any drug or any ligand, if it is bind on the nuclear receptor means, so it can enhance the transcriptions of the DNA. So then due to transcriptions of DNA, the mRNA are formed. So due to formations of mRNA, more protein is formed, and as well as the protein kinase enzyme can be activated through a nuclear receptor. So due to activations of protein kinase, it is involved in especially that is the metabolisms of carbohydrates, proteins and lipids, and it is also involved in the regulations of the various functions. So that's why the glucocorticoid receptors are also nuclear type of receptors. Okay. ये म्यूट करो, किसका फोन चालू है? So now regarding the next regarding the secretion of glucocorticoids. So when the hypothalamus get the signal, so that is the nucleus like paraventricular nucleus, that is also known as the PVN. It can releases the CRH, that is corticotropin releasing hormone, and as well as the AVP, adenine vasopressin. It can acts on the pituitary gland. It can releases the ACTH. Okay, regarding the secretions of glucocorticoids. So when the hypothalamus get the signals regarding the stress, it can give response. Then it can releases the CRH, then AVP. AVP means adenine vasopressin. It can acts on the pituitary gland. Then the corticotrope cells from the anterior pituitary gland, they can releases the ACTH. So this ACTH acts on the zona fasciculata, or it can activate the cell, that is a cortex, that is zona fasciculata, then of the adrenal gland. It can releases the glucocorticoids. So like that, the released glucocorticoids, it acts on the nuclear receptor, then activate the protein kinase. So due to that, the glucocorticoids are involved in the regulations of the various metabolisms. Regarding classifications, so these are mainly classified into two types. That is the natural, so they are synthesized in the body. Example is a cortisol, or also known as the hydrocortisone. So this cortisol, it's play important role in the regulation of the stress, or it can prevent the damage of the organ during the stress. So that's why the cortisol is also known as a anti-stress hormone. Then second classification, synthetic glucocorticoids, that is the subclassified into systemic, inhalational drug and topical. Systemic drugs, so they are administered by the that is the IV route. Then examples are the short acting cortisol, cortisone, then intermediate prednisolone, then triamcinolone, then long acting dexamethasone and betamethasone. So already you know that regarding the dexamethasone. So this dexamethasone now it is popular for the, or commonly used for the treatment of the COVID-19, because the COVID-19 is the one type of the inflammation in the respiratory tract, and these drugs, they are strongly inhibit the or treat the any kind of the inflammation. So that's why from this class the long acting dexamethasone is used for the treatment of the COVID-19. Then inhalation, so these are administered through the inhalation route or through the, that is the nose. So that the examples are the beclomethasone and fluticasone. Then third classification, that is the topical drugs, that is subclassified into three class, that is the potent, moderate and mild. The potent drugs are the beclomethasone, trimiclone, the actonite, then as well as the memetasones, fluticutasones and hydrocortisone. So these all are you can see in the ointment or cream. So those are applied to the on the skin for treatment of the any allergic reaction on the skins. So here the all the glucocorticoid drugs, so they are end with the suffix with the sol or one. So if any drug, so they are end with the sol or one, it indicates so that drug is the belongs to the glucocorticoids. You should be remember, it is helpful for the preparations of the various type of the exams. Then regarding the physiological rule, so glucocorticoids, it can mainly acts on the HPA axis, that is hypothalamus, pituitary gland, adrenal axis, through which it can enhance the formation of the propionmelanocortin prohormone from the pituitary gland. It is also denoted as the POMC. So this POMC, it is the precursor. It is required for the formation of the CRH, or it is required for the formations of the ACTH. It means the glucocorticoids, it can enhance its own secretion by enhancing the productions of the POMC from the pituitary gland, and as well as it can enhance the sensitivity of the ACTH on the adrenal cortex. So due to that, the mineralocorticoid, glucocorticoids, and as well as the androgen was secreted under the influence of the glucocorticoids, because it can enhance the sensitivity of the ACTH on a adrenal cortex. Then as well as it can enhance the response of the cortisol during the acute stress. So that cortisol, it acts as the insulator during the stress. It can absorb the, so whatever the heat was generated in the organ, and it can prevent the damage of the organ, especially like a brain or heart or many other organs. So that is the work of the glucocorticoid. So that's why the glucocorticoid is also known as the anti-stress hormones. Then second, the glucocorticoids is also acts on the liver and muscles, and it is involved in the regulations of the metabolism like carbohydrates, proteins, and as well as the lipids. So in the carbohydrates metabolism, the glucocorticoids, it is mainly involved in the cause of the diabetes mellitus by showing a insulin like and anti-insulin like activity. Here the glucocorticoids, it can have the action like insulin, and as well as it can oppose the that is the actions of the insulin by showing the anti-insulin like activity. Insulin like activity means it can enhance the formations of the glycogen in liver and muscles similar to the insulin. So that activity is account for the insulin like activity, like the formations of glycogen from the excess of the glucose in liver and as well as the muscle. And anti-insulin like activity, it can inhibit the, or it can decrease the uptake of the glucose, and as well as it can enhance the formations of the gluconeogenesis by utilizations of the lactic acids and as well as the amino acids. So these two activity are the anti-insulin like activity. So due to that, the person is suffering from the diabetes mellitus. And glucocorticoids, it also involved in the protein metabolism by showing the catabolic action, except in the liver. In all organs, in all the tissues, the glucocorticoids, it is involved in the to inhibit the formations of new protein, or it can causes the catabolic action by causing the breakdown of the protein into amino acids by enhancing the excretions of nitrogen, or by inhibiting the synthesis of the RNA. But this effect only occurs in the all type of muscle except in the liver. In the liver, it do not alter the formations of the protein. Only in the muscle other than the liver, where it can causes the breakdown of the protein into amino acid by inhibiting the formations of the RNA. So due to that, it is involved in the cause of the muscular weakness or muscular wastings. And regarding the lipid, for normal concentration or acute condition, it is involved in the lipolysis, that is the plasma clearance of the lipid. But prolonged use of the administration of glucocorticoids, it can causes the lipogenic activity. It means it is involved in the accumulations of the fat in the muscles. So due to that, the muscle mass was increases. So like that, those are doing the regularly exercise, or they are going to the gym for the sake of the to increase the muscle mass. So where they can take the injection. So that injection is helpful for to build up the body, and that injections are those drugs. So they are containing the glucocorticoid. So that's why in the prolonged use, the glucocorticoid, they can causes the accumulations of the lipids in the muscle. So due to that, the muscle mass is increases. So the commonly the bodybuilders, they are used the, so these type of the drugs. So glucocorticoids, it also acts on the CNS, so where it can protect the brain from the stress, and as well as it's play important role in the formations of the synapse. So as the synapse more formation, the activity of the brain is increases, or the transmissions impulses from one neuron to another neuron is increases, and as well as it can causes the apoptosis, that is programmed cell death. And glucocorticoids, so in acts on the lungs, so where it can enhance the elasticity of the muscles of the lungs, so due to that the bronchodilation is occurs. So this effect is helpful for the treatment of the asthma, or nowadays it is helpful for the treatment of the COVID-19, where the bronchi or the lungs muscles, they are the constricted, it is enhanced elasticity, so due to that the lung volume can be expanded, so that is helpful for the treatment of the asthma or COVID. And as well as the glucocorticoids, it can remove the lung fluid. Okay, so what the fluid is accumulated in the lungs, so that can be also removed by the glucocorticoids. In the COVID, the fluid is accumulated, so due to that only the congestion is occurs. Or in asthma, the due to congestion or accumulation of fluid, the asthmatic attack can occurs. But this glucocorticoids, it can remove the that fluid from the lungs. So that's why, so these are the choice of the drug used for the treatment of the asthma. So nowadays, due to this mechanism only, the glucocorticoids like dexamethasone, it is used in the treatment of the COVID-19. And as well as the glucocorticoids on the lungs, it will be having the antioxidant activity. It can prevent the entry of the free radicals in the lungs. So those radicals are entering the lungs. Once again, they can causes the damage of the lungs or damage of the bronchial. So due to antioxidant property or action, it can prevent the generations of the free radicals in the lungs or entry of the free radicals from external environment into the inside the lungs. So these are the physiological regarding the glucocorticoids. It's mainly acts on the CNS, so it can enhance the brain activity. In the lungs, it can show the beneficial effect. It can involve in the to cause of the bronchodilatations. So that effect is helpful for management of asthma and COVID. And as well as it is more action of the glucocorticoids, it is involved in the cause of diabetes mellitus, but it can also show the lipolysis and catabolic actions. So next, the remaining physiological rule. So it is also acts on the kidney, so where it can decrease the excretions of sodium like mineralocorticoids. So due to that the sodium can be accumulated, then as well as, so as the sodium is accumulated, automatically the water is also accumulated, so due to that the blood pressure is increases, or the glucocorticoids are involved in the regulations of the electrolyte like sodium and as well as the water balance or fluid. The glucocorticoids, it also increases the GFR, that is the glomerular filtration rate. It is helpful for the filtrations of the body fluid. And glucocorticoids, it also enhance the productions of the renin, and renin, it is play important role in the regulations of the blood pressure, and due to excess secretions of the renin, that person is suffering from the hypertension. But the glucocorticoids, it can decrease the nephrogenesis, so due to that it can involve in the cause of the nephrotoxicity, or it can prevent the repairing process in the kidney by decreasing the nephrogenesis. Then same glucocorticoids, it also acts on the heart, so where it can increase the blood pressure, cardiac output as well as the cardiac contractility, because it causes the accumulations of sodium. So due to accumulations of sodium, the depolarization is occurs. So due to depolarization, the sarcoplasmic reticulum, it can releases the calcium. So that released calcium, it is responsible to cause of the contractions of the cardiac muscle. So due to contractions of the cardiac muscle, the cardiac output and the blood pressure is increases. And the glucocorticoids, it also alter the baroreflex and as well as the cardiovascular responses to the acute stress. Then same glucocorticoids, it can act on the bone, so where it can increases the bone resorption. Bone resorption means the release of the calcium from the bone. Okay, so here the glucocorticoids, it can stimulate the osteoclast. So due to stimulations of the osteoclast cells in the bone, it can causes the release of calcium from the bone. So due to that prolonged use of the glucocorticoids, the person is suffering from the bone problem. So that condition is known as the osteoporosis. So that's why unnecessarily you should not take the glucocorticoids. Otherwise, you are suffering from the osteoporosis or you are suffering from the diabetes mellitus. So glucocorticoids, it will be having the strong anti-inflammatory action because it can enhance the one peptide that is known as the lipocortin 1 or annexin A1. So these due to increase the annexin activity 1 and lipoprotein 1, the that is a PLA2 COX2 enzyme activity was decreases. So this PLA2 and COX2, these enzymes are involved in the synthesis of the prostaglandin, synthesis of the thromboxane, and synthesis of the leukotriene. So these all are involved in the to cause of the pain, to cause of the inflammation, or to cause of the allergic reaction, including the asthma. So that's why, so the glucocorticoids, it can decrease the biosynthesis of the local hormones or autokines by enhancing the synthesis of the annexin A1, or it is also known as the lipoprotein 1. So due to that, it can inhibit the formations of WBC and autokines. So due to this property, it is helpful for treatment of the any kind of the inflammation. So that's why the glucocorticoid is a strong anti-inflammatory agent. So glucocorticoids, so it is also helpful for the treatment of the allergy because it mainly shows the anti-eosinophilic activity. The eosinophil is the one type of the WBC. So they are involved in the to cause of the allergic reactions. So those cell activities also decreased are cancelled by the use of the glucocorticoids. So that's why the glucocorticoids are the strong anti-allergic agents. So any type of allergy, so that can treated with the help of the glucocorticoid drug. That is, the allergies occurs due to entry of the dust or biting of the any insect or use of the any drug. So they can cause the allergy as a ADR. So that type of allergy can be managed. So with the help of the glucocorticoids. So that's why the glucocorticoids are the strong anti-allergic action and as well as the strong anti-inflammatory actions. So glucocorticoids, it can inhibit the WBC. So that's why, so they also decrease the immunity, or so they are also known as the immune suppressive agent. So due to this property, unnecessarily you do not use the glucocorticoids. Otherwise, our immune power can be decreases. But it is beneficial for treatment of the cancer because so over immune activity, the cancer can be produced. And here the glucocorticoids are also used as a anti-cancer drug because they are inhibit the immune system or by showing the anti-lymphocytic activity or anti-eosinophilic activity on the blood. So due to that, they are helpful for the management of the cancer. Then regarding the ADR, so glucocorticoids, so they are mainly causes the diabetes or hyperglycemia, then obesity, moon's face, buffalo hump, muscle weakness and wasting. So due to that is the accumulations of fat or alterations of the functions of the muscles. Then as well as it is involved in the osteoporosis due to enhancing the bone resorption by enhancing the functions of the osteoclast, and it is caused the hypertension due to accumulations of the sodium along with the calcium, and is also involved in the cataract formations and glaucoma because the glucocorticoids in the CNS, it can enhance the intraocular pressure or pressure inside the cranium. So due to that, the person was suffering from the glaucoma or cataract. Okay, so next regarding the uses, so it is mainly used as an anti-inflammatory agent because it can inhibit the all type of the local hormones or autokines, but they are involved in the to cause of the inflammation, including the WC through a enhancing the activity of the annexin A1. It is also immunosuppressive. So due to immunosuppressive, it is helpful for treatment of the cancer because it can shows the anti-lymphocytic activity. That is, specially it can inhibit the functions of the T lymphocytes, and also it can delay the hypersensitivity reaction. So due to that property, the glucocorticoids nowadays say they are used as the anti-cancer drugs or anti-cancer agent. So it is also inhibit the, that is the proliferations of tissue, that is known as the anti-proliferative effect, because so they are inhibit the formations of DNA, then as well as the epidermal cell tumor. So this property only. So these glucocorticoids are used for to decrease the size of the cancer or inhibit the overgrowth of the cancer tumor, because it can inhibit the differentiations of the tissues or formations of the active tissues in the tumor. So due to that property, it is used as the anti-tumor drugs or anti-proliferative agents. So it is also used as a anti-allergy agent, because whatever the allergens they are involved to cause of the allergy, regarding the eosinophil, it can incite the antigen antibody reactions, and regarding the basophils, it can release the histamine, then even neutrophils, so they are involved in the cause of the allergic reaction. So these glucocorticoids, so they are inhibit the all type of WBC and all type of the local hormones, so those are involved in the allergy. So that's why the glucocorticoid is a strong anti-allergic agent. So due to this property, it is helpful for the treatment of the asthma, allergy rhinitis, anaphylaxis, urticaria, food or drug allergy. Dear students, if you have taken any drug, if you are suffering from the allergy, that is the starting the itching on the palm or itching on the skin or appearance of the redness on the skin, it indicates whatever drug you have taken, so that drug can cause the ADR like a allergy. So that type of allergy is treated with the help of the these glucocorticoids, because it is a strong anti-allergic reaction. So that allergies occurs due to release of the histamine or prostaglandin or leukotriene at the site of the infections, that it can taken by the drug or by taken of the food or any bite of the insects or any changes of the environment. So when then we are suffering from the allergy. So if you are suffering that kind of allergy, immediately you can take the glucocorticoids. Otherwise, if your allergies exist means, so that can causes the serious collapse. So due to serious collapse, the death can be confirmed. So due to allergen like a drug, food or insects are entry of the blood. So should be remember the dexamethasone, it is available in the market in the form of the Evil. It cost is nearly 25 paisa. Now I think it should be the 50 paisa. So that drug you should be take when you having any type of the ADR due to use of drug or food or even traveling in the surrounding area or any biting of the insects including the ants. So on that time you can take the glucocorticoids, any one drug. So that can helpful for the treatment of the or management of the allergy, and further it can avoid the serious collapse. And here the glucocorticoids, it is also helpful for the treatment of the rheumatology, or that is the rheumatoid arthritis, because the arthritis occurs due to infiltrations of WC at the site of the joint. So due to infiltration WC, one process occurs. So that process is known as the chemotaxis. So that chemotaxis is responsible for to cause of the rheumatoid arthritis or cause of the systemic lupus erythematosus or vasculitis. So that is also treated with the help of the glucocorticoids, because the glucocorticoids, so they are inhibit the WBC, and due to inhibitions of WBC, they are inhibit the infiltrations of the WBC at the site of the joint. So due to that property, the glucocorticoids are the strong drug or first choice line drug, helpful for treatment of the any kind of the arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis. But only problem is, so they are also decreases our immune system or defense mechanism. So that's why unnecessarily you should not use the glucocorticoids. So when it is need in the case of allergy or inflammation, so that cannot be controlled by the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, so then only you can use the glucocorticoids. Otherwise you do not use the glucocorticoids. So this is the pharmacology of the glucocorticoids. It is one of the important drug helpful for the management of the any kind of the allergy or inflammations.